Scientology? Just the name conjures images of whispered secrets and powerful figures. From its controversial practices to its high-profile celebrity followers, Scientology is shrouded in an air of mystery that is hard to ignore. What happens on these ships, and why does the church go to such lengths to keep their activities under wraps? The answers, as we'll soon discover, are more disturbing than you might imagine. At the heart of this maritime mystery lies the Freewinds, the flagship vessel of the Scientology fleet. This imposing vessel, once a humble Caribbean cruise liner, has been transformed into a floating sanctuary for the church's elite. But beneath the veneer of luxury and spiritualism lies a darker reality. Stories of forced labor, psychological manipulation, and even physical abuse have emerged from the ship's shadowy decks, painting a chilling picture of life aboard Scientology's maritime fortress. What goes on behind closed doors on these ships? What are the true motives of the church's leadership? Join us as we delve into the murky depths of Scientology's maritime empire. To understand the significance of these cruise ships, we need to delve into the heart of Scientology's power structure, the Sea Organization, or Sea Org for short. This elite group, often described as the church's clergy, is tasked with safeguarding the teachings of Scientology and ensuring its expansion across the globe. Members of the Sea Org pledge their loyalty for 1 billion years, signing a symbolic contract that binds them to the church for multiple lifetimes. They live and work together, often in close quarters, cut off from the outside world and its distractions. The Sea Org operates with a strict hierarchical structure, reminiscent of a military organization. And at the center of this floating world, shrouded in secrecy and bound by unwavering loyalty, lie the cruise ships. Imagine a world where the hum of the engine is a constant lullaby, where the horizon is your only view, and where every aspect of your life is controlled by an organization that claims to hold the key to spiritual enlightenment. This is the reality for those who live and work aboard Scientology's cruise ships. Life on board is governed by a strict set of rules and regulations designed to maintain order and enforce conformity. Former members have described the living conditions on board as cramped and uncomfortable, with multiple people often sharing small cabins. The ships are equipped with everything needed to sustain the Sea Org's operations, including offices, living quarters, medical facilities, and even a printing press for Scientology materials. Over the years, numerous former Scientologists have come forward to share their experiences within the Sea Org, painting a disturbing picture of life aboard the church's cruise ships. Their accounts, often corroborated by official documents and eyewitness testimonies, allege a system designed to control and manipulate its members. The isolation of the open sea, coupled with the church's tight control over information and communication, makes it extremely difficult for members to seek help or escape from the oppressive environment. What is the true cost of this so-called spiritual enlightenment? And at what point does dedication to a cause transform into something far more sinister? The vastness of the ocean can be both awe-inspiring and terrifying. For those aboard Scientology's cruise ships, it becomes a tool of isolation, a barrier separating them from the outside world and its support systems. Communication with family and friends back home is strictly controlled, with letters and phone calls monitored and often censored. Cut off from external influences, members are more susceptible to the church's teachings and less likely to question its authority. This creates a culture of fear and self-censorship, where individuals are less likely to speak out against perceived injustices or seek help from the outside world. While the Church of Scientology vehemently denies any wrongdoing, numerous former members have come forward with harrowing accounts of abuse and mistreatment aboard its ships. These allegations, if true, paint a disturbing picture of life within the Sea Org, one where punishment is swift and often brutal. Former members have also reported being subjected to grueling work schedules, often working 16-hour days with little rest or compensation. Critics argue that these practices are nothing more than a form of cult-like control, designed to break down an individual's sense of self and enforce unquestioning obedience. The price of dissent. Speaking out and facing the consequences. Leaving Scientology is often described as a difficult and traumatic experience. Former members have reported being followed, harassed, and intimidated by private investigators hired by the church to silence them. Despite the risks, a growing number of former Scientologists are choosing to break their silence, using their voices to expose what they see as the church's abuses and manipulations. Their courage in speaking out, often at great personal cost, is shedding light on the hidden world of Scientology's cruise ships and the human cost of its pursuit of power and control. Lisa McPherson. A tragic tale. The year was 1995. Lisa McPherson, a 36-year-old Scientologist from Dallas, Texas, boarded the Freewinds, seeking solace and guidance. After experiencing a mental breakdown, she was taken into the care of the church's medical staff aboard the Freewinds. What followed was a harrowing 17-day ordeal that would end in Lisa's untimely death. A web of controversy. The aftermath. Lisa McPherson's death sent shockwaves through the Church of Scientology and beyond. The official autopsy report concluded that Lisa died from a pulmonary embolism, a blood clot that had traveled to her lungs. However, the medical examiner also noted signs of dehydration and malnutrition, suggesting that Lisa had been neglected in the days leading up to her death. Lisa's death sparked outrage and calls for investigation. Section 3. Silence and intimidation. Protecting the church at all costs. As the controversy surrounding Lisa McPherson's death intensified, the Church of Scientology went into damage control mode. The church launched a massive public relations campaign, attempting to discredit Lisa McPherson and portray her as a troubled individual with a history of mental instability. Former members and critics of Scientology reported being followed, harassed, and intimidated by private investigators hired by the church to silence them. The church's unwillingness to engage in open dialogue and its attempts to intimidate those seeking answers only reinforced the perception that they had something to hide. Section 4. Unanswered questions. The search for truth continues, Despite years of investigation and legal battles, the full truth behind Lisa McPherson's death remains elusive. Did Lisa McPherson receive adequate medical care aboard the Freewinds? Was her death preventable? What role, if any, did the church's practices and beliefs play in her demise? The Church of Scientology maintains its innocence, insisting that Lisa's death was a tragic accident. The search for truth and justice for Lisa McPherson is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the importance of holding institutions accountable for their actions. Whispers in the corridors. Rumors of a hidden chamber. The Freewinds, already shrouded in mystery, held yet another secret, whispered among the Sea Org's lower ranks. Deep within the ship lay a hidden chamber, spoken of with fear and reverence. Some dismissed it as superstition, a maritime myth. Others claimed to have seen it, a glimpse through an open door or a reflection in a brass railing. They spoke of a heavy steel door guarding an unknown world, a place where the church's most sensitive operations were conducted. Behind closed doors, secrets of the bunker revealed. It was during a routine inspection of the ship's lower decks that a former Sea Org member, his conscience burdened by years of silence, stumbled upon the truth. A seemingly insignificant detail, a misplaced panel, a loose bolt, revealed a hidden passage, a secret corridor leading to the heart of the Freewinds. What he discovered sent chills down his spine. Behind the heavy steel door lay not a luxurious cabin or a lavishly appointed office, but a cold, sterile room. Its walls lined with monitors, its air thick with the hum of electronic equipment. This was the Freewinds' nerve center, a clandestine command center from which the church's leadership could monitor and control every aspect of life on board. Banks of screens displayed live feeds from cameras strategically placed throughout the ship, capturing the movements of every passenger and crew member. Sophisticated listening devices recorded conversations, whispered secrets, and unguarded confessions, feeding the information into a vast database, a digital record of every thought and deed aboard the Freewinds. It was a panopticon at sea, a floating fortress where privacy was an illusion and every move was scrutinized. The panopticon at sea, maintaining control from the shadows. The existence of this hidden bunker, a testament to the church's obsession with secrecy and control, raised deeply unsettling questions. What was the true purpose of this clandestine surveillance operation? And what did it say about the nature of an organization that felt the need to monitor its own members so closely? For some, the answer was clear. The bunker represented the dark heart of Scientology, a place where power was consolidated, dissent was crushed, and the lives of its members were micromanaged with chilling efficiency. It was from this hidden chamber, they argued, that the church's most controversial decisions were made, its most ruthless operations planned and executed. The constant surveillance, the interception of communications, the meticulous recording of every conversation, it all pointed to a deliberate strategy of control, a way to maintain order, enforce compliance, and silence any voices that dared to question the church's authority. The Freewinds, once a symbol of spiritual freedom and enlightenment, now took on a more sinister aspect. It was a gilded cage, a floating prison, where the illusion of choice masked a carefully constructed system of control and manipulation. As we come to the end of our journey into the heart of Scientology's maritime empire, a chilling truth emerges. The Freewinds, with its gleaming decks and luxurious amenities, is more than just a cruise ship. It is a symbol of the church's power and its unwavering commitment to secrecy and control. The stories from its shadowy depths paint a disturbing picture of life within the Sea Org. Allegations of abuse, forced labor, and psychological manipulation are too numerous to ignore. A hidden bunker with state-of-the-art surveillance technology speaks volumes about the church's need for control. For many who have dared to step aboard, the reality has been far different. Instead of finding freedom, they have encountered a world of control, manipulation, and fear. The Freewinds has become a haunting reminder of the human cost of blind faith and unchecked power. The fight for transparency and accountability continues, fueled by the courage of those who have dared to speak out